And they've entered the bunker. Welcome everybody to Enter the Bunker. We are so happy to have you today. How are you feeling today? Because yesterday we were all about joy.
Yes.
And today we're going to talk a little bit more about that topic.
We are.
I am encouraging everybody to go to Facebook. And we're always asking the audience in Facebook what they're doing and what want to join in our growth. We're going to be building your personal growth today, talking about those things. My name is Jonathan Bahai. I am the co-host of Enter the Bunker, and I'm also the owner of the 64,000 square foot nuclear bunker, which you have just entered. I'm married, 2 children, total crypto geek. I will talk about a lot of things that have to do with freedom, liberty, and justice for all. That's just me.
And I'm Kelly Cadell. I'm also a co-host. I've worked here for almost 3 years, and I also have 2 children. And when I'm not working, I'm hanging out with them. They give me joy. All right. So, how are you guys doing again in your personal growth? Have you done anything since yesterday that gives you joy? And we also have a quote for today.
Fantastic.
Guess who's reading that? Me. Normally it's you. I like when you read them.
Kelly's doing the quote today, so be sure to let us know in the chat about your stories relating to joy. We want to hear them now while we get into this quote, and then we'll be able to talk about them more once we have a chance to hear what Kelly has to say.
Yeah, my quote. The walls we build around us to keep sadness out also keeps out joy. Ooh, I never read this till right now. I like to actually have like a genuine reaction to quotes on here. That's from Jim Rohn. He's an American entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker. That's why the quote's a good one. I feel like the motivational speaker says it. Yeah. The walls we build around us to keep sadness out also keeps out joy. How do you feel about that quote?
I feel like walls are a bad thing from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably want to consider the idea that, a lot of people I think tend to feel like they have to like put these barriers up to protect themselves, right? And so what they'll do is they'll, keep people at a distance, oh, I don't want to get too close, otherwise I'll get hurt, right? And all this kind of stuff is the kind of thing that a lot of people will live their day-to-day lives as, like in all their relationships that they have with everybody, whether it's at work, whether it's personal, whether it's with their children even, So that same kind of defense mechanism of creating walls around other people is what, keeps the sadness out. But then it also keeps out the joy that you could be having, which means what kind of existence do you have at that point?
Right.
Nothing.
Like,
it's just
it blocks everything.
You just blocked everything, yeah. It's like...
Probably not just joy, probably your happiness, your everything, really.
Yeah, it's like putting on SPF 2000. You're not going to get anything out of that. Like, you're just...
True story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I can actually relate to this personally because I've definitely built walls around me to keep sadness out, and I actually didn't realize that it kept the joy out until I started taking down those walls and I became more joyful and happier. And but I didn't build them to keep that stuff out. But and then now reading this, I can really relate to that because, I didn't realize it kept the joy out actually until afterwards that I was like, this is right now when I'm reading this. I don't know what I'm thinking too much. I can't talk. Anyways. Let us, how do you pronounce this name? Ariana Gaines. Good quote. Yes, and they are feeling great. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
A little winded because I've been going from meeting to meeting and having to juggle a really tight schedule today.
Yeah.
But doing all right.
I feel like that's no matter who you are, some days are just juggling like that. I was going to say parent life, but then I was like, you know what? Even if you're not a parent, some days are like that. So
oh yeah,
just embrace them. Still be joyful though.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, Stewie's here. Hello, Stewie. I'm going to say hi to a few people that are in here because I never got the chance to do that yet. Sanju, hello, and Zero Insignificance. We got Irene. Am I saying Irene? and Mr. Parkour, and Chris, hello Chris, and Stewie. So those are our people, shout out people right now. All right, so I need somebody to tell me a story about joy so we can talk about your story as well.
Yeah, when was the last time you experienced joy?
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat. Share your story about what happened then.
Yeah.
Who were you with? Was it because you were with somebody or because you were all alone? Maybe you
Right.
experienced joy all by yourself. Maybe you were just feeling the universe.
I think the last time that because I don't know, like when we were talking about this before the show too, and I was like, oh, when was the last time I experienced joy? And I'm like trying to think of it, and it was like when you walked in, somebody gave me the idea, but then we said, what was that? It wasn't joy, it was relief.
Relief.
But is that a form of joy?
Good question. Well, I mean,
If it's not, then my instant time before that would have been when the long tractor came and I like got on it and backed it up and put it forward, and I was like, yay! That's joy, right?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
All right.
She enjoys hunting animals and riding lawn tractors, folks. So there you have it.
Erin, am I saying that right? Let me know. My cats, food, and a warm sunny day bring me joy. Love it.
Yep.
Definitely.
I remember actually reading in social somewhere that one of the comments was that same thing. Cuddling with their cat is what brings them joy.
Right.
Right.
Yep. We actually have a couple. We made a post yesterday on Facebook. Follow us at Enter the Bunker. We made a post asking people what brings them joy, and Chris Stewart finds joy in 3D printing. 3D printing. Adele Vino finds joy in dancing. Yes, Chris Stewart made this for us.
Stewie made this with his 3D printer.
We love it.
So we have his joy sitting right here on our desk at every show now.
That is amazing.
So there you go.
That's so cute. So yeah, and then Adele finds joy in dancing. I can definitely relate to that. Like sometimes you just put on a song and shake it out. And Stephen Wickle finds joy in events he can bring his climbing wall to. Lots of our production team find joy in their fur babies, dogs, cats, no chickens.
Oh.
Haha! Chicken reference, if you want to see how that plant panned out, check out our video from yesterday. I am saying it right. Fantastic. Love it. All right. So, yeah, John, don't sabotage your joy.
Yeah. So when it comes to joy, oftentimes it gets sabotaged by negative thinking, right? So what will happen is that you start to have negative thoughts, and then even when you start to have those negative thoughts, you actually like get into a vicious cycle of continuing them, because
That's
whatever, we've talked about this before, about whatever you think on is what you become.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you focus on those negative
Manifestation.
thoughts, and even if you say, I gotta stop thinking about negative thoughts, then your mind goes, stop thinking about the negative thoughts. Oh, there's negative thoughts. Well, there's negative thoughts. I'll just keep thinking about the negative thoughts, right? And then your head goes that way, right?
Yeah.
So you just gotta get out of that and be able to get to a point where you accept it and you just kind of release it and then just turn it around so that you don't have to necessarily deny it, but just allow yourself to imagine just releasing them.
Right.
And sometimes you can even imagine it almost like a visualization. Like, you know how sometimes when, like a trick, and maybe you've done this with your kids, a trick to make them go pee is to, like, waterfalls, psh, and then suddenly
they go water on.
And you turn the water on, right? Right. So same thing, right? You could, like some people will have some kind of trick to be like, if they're thinking negatively about something, they can imagine maybe waterfalls of like whatever it is, just like flowing down and into the waterfalls and just disappearing or something like that. There's different ways to do it. I just came that off the top of my head. It's a P reference, but I don't know if it works for negative thoughts, but it's just one way. And there's lots of other ways that you could do it.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because actually recently I've been like, I don't know, just this like feeling will come over me and I feel like my heart starts beating, and I'm like, then I start thinking like all these negative kind of thoughts, and I literally have to think like, okay, like ground yourself again. And I don't know, I could even like, my heart's just even beating thinking like that, because once your brain just starts rolling, and then it's like you're panicking inside your head, and you kind of just think negative things, and then you have to ground yourself. So one way I did it before is I had remembered, see something, smell something, touch something. I don't know, like there's like the 5 senses, and then that's supposed to like ground you and make you like calmer, so that way you can actually think more clear.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I couldn't remember all the things, so I had just done it like 2 or 3 of them like in a row, but it actually worked. And then I was actually like, okay, what, you're being like, calm down, think rational thoughts, like go with it. And it helped. So
interesting.
Maybe we can post those 5 senses or something, yeah, on our socials. All right, so a couple people actually in here. Chris says camping. Chris Hartzell, camping brings him joy. I completely agree. Love camping. Stewie says, that was a joyful 3D print. Quick fact, the wick is a metal hook with pieces of a Tim Hortons bag glued on it.
Okay.
The 3D printed hook wasn't strong enough. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Fun fact. That brought me joy.
There you go.
It did. Awesome. So don't forget to join our Facebook. That's what we're announcing today. Get on there. Facebook at Enter the Bunker.
So if you join the Facebook and join our community, we want to hear your stories and share them with us so that we know what's happening with you. Let us know what do you do to conquer negative thoughts to keep you from sabotaging your joy. Let us know your tips. Let us know your stories of ways that you've done it. Maybe even times that you've done it in your lifetime where you were just like, something happened and someone did something, or you were thinking something, and then you just went 1, 2, 3 like you did with your senses.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it just completely released everything, and then the next thing you know, you were like back into joy and good to go.
And it's weird because at the time I didn't even know why I was feeling like that.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I just couldn't. I was just like, and then you start feeling negative that you're feeling negative, and then it's so weird.
You know what? And that's the thing about your mind though, is that you can't keep things like this can sometimes like run in like auto drive, you know, and we go day to day like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people will just continue on like that and never have a way to break that cycle. And if they can just take a few moments to like actually take a technique like we're talking about now, or be able to know when it's happening, become conscious of like things like that are happening, and know like, you know what, just because I'm thinking this, it isn't because such and such is that, it's not because of this and that, it's because I have control over what I'm going to think about. I'm going to make the decision, change that right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people just go through life just never even learning that or even having that opportunity. I'm really hoping that somebody watching this now today will actually learn the other way and be able to actually take control of that and have a more joyful experience in life.
I definitely haven't. For those of you if you don't know you've learned it yet, like I've only learned it probably within the last couple of years. Like I feel like I knew about it and I praised it, but I didn't actually. What does it do when you put it in? Like make yourself
put it into practice.
Yeah, put it into practice.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, it can take a long time, but you guys can do it.
Yeah, practice.
Practice. All right, guys. So don't forget to like the video, follow our Facebook, follow the page and the community. We have a community on there as well, so check that out. I think Enter the Bunker Community is what it's called, and the page is Enter the Bunker. So follow us there, and we'll be back on Friday.
Coming back Friday.
11:30.
11:30 Eastern Standard.
All right. Great. We shall see you guys on Friday.
See you Friday.
Bye.
Have a great week, everybody. Take care.